While we're still talking about type, let's go ahead and look at the typing on a path tool. And we get to that tool by clicking and holding the type tool. It's the third option, typing on a path tool. Now there are several other options under the type tool, but in this tutorial I want to cover this third option. Typing on a path can be basically any path, like an ellipse or a square or like a wavy path, anything you want. In this exercise, we're going to practice typing on a circle. So let me first go ahead and draw my circle. I have already the circle, the ellipse tool selected, and I want to actually get rid of the color. So I will hit none, and then holding the shift key, draw my circle on the artboard. The next thing I want to do is, while I'm on the type tool, click and hold and select the third option, which is type on a path tool. Now, I want to hover over the edge. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't have to be on a vector point, just the edge. And then click once. And then once we do, we realize that we're able to type now. So I want to go ahead and type United States of America. And perhaps I want to change certain things in this phrase. Maybe I want to make it a different color, add some tracking, and so forth. So to do that, let me select the whole word, the whole phrase, I mean, by hitting Command A, and then maybe giving it a bigger size. It currently is at 8 points, so I'll make it slightly bigger, like 9 points or so. And then perhaps I can add tracking, which is this fourth option in the character panel. I currently have it set at 100. Actually, if it's at 0, you will see it's much different because tracking is the distance between each letter. So what I'm trying to do here is add distance between each letter. Let me try 200. Okay, this is a nice effect. And then let me see if I can also change this color. It's currently black. Perhaps I can choose a nice dark purple or navy blue like the flag. All right, and then I want to hit the selection tool to deselect my phrase. Now, what I can do with this is maybe I want to have the word start not at this left location. Maybe I want the U to start at the bottom. So I will go ahead and select the phrase, and then you see this little line at the right. What you can do is hover over that line, and when you do, you will see this little arrow pointing upwards. That means that you can just click and hold and then rotate and then place the phrase at the position that you like. Okay? You can also do something else. Let me now position this, let's say, right here. Okay, and let's pretend I like this. Okay, fine. But if I don't, I can do something else, like keep rotating, but then bring your fingers a bit closer to the inside of the circle. When you do that, you will see that your phrase can also start within the inner boundaries of the circle. In this case, my phrase is not fitting because I have a big font selected. So to fix this problem, I just need to change my font size to something smaller, like 5 points or whatever. It depends on what we want to do. So this is an example of typing on an ellipse tool, and we can also practice doing something else like a regular path. So let me go ahead and fix this back, because obviously we don't want, you see this is inverted, it's like mirrored, so this is wrong. Let me just rotate it back outside. You can keep rotating until you find what you want, so something along those lines works better with a bigger font. Okay, so something like that. Okay, now I want to select this and then delete. Another practice could be like a random path that we have. So for example, if I take the brush tool and just draw a random path, okay, and perhaps remove the color from this path, because I don't want to see the color in this exercise. I just want to show you how I can type on the path. So select the path, and hit X to have the stroke color in the front and delete that. And again, take the typing on a path tool and click somewhere random, like here. And maybe we can type the same phrase now. Okay, again, I have the same problem of having a big font size, so I'm going to scale that down to this. So this is how we get an effect, you know, with sometimes you see in certain designs where the font is swimming or flying, if you will. This is how we do it. It's not like the designer takes every single letter and positions it manually. That would be a waste of time and energy. No, you just draw the path that you want, and then you select the typing on the path tool, click once on the path, and then type whatever you want. You can also change the path in this case. So what you can do is perhaps add some curviness here or make it less curvy where it says America. You can do what you want. Let me show you how. If you're on the selection tool or any other tool, you want to go to the direct selection tool. So you can hit A, which is the shortcut for that. Now you see that I'm not hovering over anything. That's why my direct selection tool is just a white arrow. If I come close to the path, you see that there's a black square just next to the direct selection tool, which means that when I click on the path, I'm going to see the path and I can make changes to it. Okay, so it's gone now because I'm far from it. Now I'm closer to it and it's back on. So let me click once, and I see that I have blue vector points. This is not what I want. What I want is to get to a point where I can see the white vector points and the tangent handles. I'll explain all these when we cover the pen tool in detail, but I will show you now when it works. Let me try one more time. There. The previous time I clicked on the whole selected phrase, including the path, because obviously I can't see my path because I'm not on preview mode. In this case, I happened to be able to click right on the path, and that's why I ended up seeing my little empty vector points. You see these white vector points, and this line that's extended right here, that's a tangent handle. I'll explain these in detail again in a later tutorial, but what this allows me is basically to add, you know, to change the path that I currently have. So I'm going to take this little white vector point and drag it out, and then take this tangent handle from here and perhaps make a shape like this, and so forth. Click on that other vector point, just play around with it. Click on this vector point and add some curve right here, and so forth. So you can manipulate this shape, but actually this is something I'll talk more about in depth when I cover the pen tool. But just to tell you that even when you draw on a path, when you type on a path, you have the ability of changing the path and how the phrase looks on the path.